Well, I'll update you, Tony. I mean, you got to feel pretty comfortable if you're an American and the game's been totally played on their end and they've been in complete control. One goal could change things, that's no doubt, but the U.S. has been dominant really in this performance so far
What's the
and
score? What's the score?
finally 1-0
That's
in
not
favor of
dominant.
the U.S.
Now you need 2, 3 nothing's dominant. In soccer, anything 1-0 is not an easy feeling. so
No, no. This game has been played completely on the Iranian defensive end for the most part, and the United States finally gets the crucial goal from their superstar, Christian Pulisic, and kind of waiting on him a little bit. Still young, but plenty more goals in his future, and he got the crucial goal in the first half. So looking good, I'd say.
looking good. It looks like England will win the group up 2-0. Remember, they pounded Iran to start the season, so no doubt England looks like they're in control. They will probably win the group. So if USA continues, if they win, they will be number 2 in the group if they hold on. Iran ties, they go ahead of US. So that's what I'm saying. It's not an easy feeling when it's 1-0. But anyway, we'll get underway
Oh
here
no,
with.
no, I think that one goal would change it, but again, it's been dominant. Yeah, let's go, Tony. Let's do it.
Iowa
Talk
hosting
about some
Georgia
hoops.
Tech. Here we go. ACC versus the Big Ten. This is the best thing. Well, it's Georgia Tech and Iowa. Iowa's at home, laying 15, total 150.
Yeah, so Iowa gets their toughest test at home, if you can call it that. Right now, Georgia Tech not too shabby, but we'll tell you about it. Iowa certainly, pretty darn good team so far this season, and expected to do some big things. They're a pretty big favorite here, favored by 15, maybe even more here, ranging between 14 and 16 today. Georgia Tech 4-2. They haven't played the greatest schedule this season. They have losses to Utah and Marquette. Iowa, they just failed versus Clemson in an 83-67 win, but then they lost to TCU. The Frogs are playing some basketball too. That was a pretty tough game for actually, but Iowa's been pretty strong. They're number 7 in offensive efficiency. They do it really well, really smooth, and really quickly as well. They also rank up there in length of possession, shortened length of possessions offensively, but they do it so crisply. They're also up there in assist to turnover margin. When you got a McCaffrey handling the ball part of the time, you're going to get that for Iowa. But really, what it is they just don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't. They shoot okay. They shoot well. They're putting some nice numbers up there. But against a team like Georgia Tech, that I think they're going to look to play a little bit slower anyways, no matter what Iowa decides to do, because Iowa will force you into long possessions if whether you want to or not. The way they play defensively, they kind of make you play slow offensively. That's going to work just fine, I would think, for Georgia Tech. Iowa for being, probably. Near top 10, as I said, in shortened length of possessions. They are actually at 300th in the defensive length of possessions, and Georgia Tech is 263rd in defensive tempo. So Georgia Tech's going to stick to what kind of works for them. They're not a terrific team, anyways. Really, and still trying to find their way a little bit offensively. They're near 300th in scoring right now, and even worse in shooting percentage categories so far this season. 319th in effective field goal percentage. Tony, this is the highest total that Georgia Tech will see all season so far in their 5 line games, and they're still 0-5 to the under so far. So I think they have solid defense, and they are decent at limiting opponents' shooting. Now Iowa, like I said, I mean, they kind of do it quickly and effectively, so they will be able to get some points here. But when you look at that total of 150, and Georgia Tech hasn't scored over 68 points yet. Now you're looking to piece it together, and how can I get there? And I can't get over 150 points because that puts me about, I don't know, if they haven't scored 68 yet and they're going up against Iowa. Let's say they do score 68. Iowa's going to have to get 84 or 85 points in this game. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that because Georgia Tech will maximize their possessions. So I think if Iowa gets to 80, that's just fine. Maybe 80 to 65 seems more realistic if you look at that spread right there. I don't know if Iowa gets into the mid 80s here. Georgia Tech's got some decent defensive players, I think, in guys like Smith and Moore and Franklin. So that's the way I'm kind of seeing this one, Tony. Iowa, big favorite. Maybe they get the number, maybe they don't. Positive yet on the side. Iowa has taken the steam, it looks like, today to get this number up from 14 and a half. Like I said, I saw it touch 16, so there's actually been some buyback on Georgia Tech. Their average score this year, Tony, about 71 64, 135 points. Meanwhile, Iowa, they're a little bit over this number for sure because they're averaging 87 points, but they played pretty not a soft schedule necessarily. They were against TCU and Clemson, but both those games went just under this number. They also went under against Seton Hall. The two games they did go over, Omaha and NCAAB. So I don't know when they've been playing, power conferences. Maybe it's been going under when they're playing out of power conferences. It's gone over so far. So I got to go in under, Tony, under 150.
All right, Ramon here, under 150 here, Georgia Tech and Iowa. Yeah, when you look at this Georgia Tech team, as you mentioned, 5 straight unders here. They're not a good shooting team. It's just 28% from 3, 45% with 2-point shooting. One thing in your favor here is they do defend strongly, 23rd in the nation in 3-point defense, 73rd in 2-point defense.
Yeah, and that's part of it. Like I said, guys like Smith, Moore, and Javon Franklin, they all kind of rank up there in some of those defensive metrics, if you will, on the metric site that everybody uses. So that's kind of what I saw in it. They do play enough defense, and they're not worried about getting caught up, I don't think, in Iowa's pace of play because, like I said, Iowa's just fine with playing slow defensively. They don't need to get up and down with someone average, coming in at 300th or so in their defensive possessions is Iowa. So with Georgia Tech just barely above that by about 40 spots or so, I figure Iowa they'll be crisp and clean if they're on their game, and Georgia Tech will be just fine to play at their pace and tempo and hope they can stay in the game here. But Georgia Tech, pretty good. You mentioned that defensive efficiency, Tony. Yeah, 10th and 3-point defensive efficiency as well. So even a little bit stronger when the metrics are thrown in. So, yeah, I think hopefully be a little better game tonight when these challenge games come about. But I don't know, double digits here.
That's right, Georgia Tech and Iowa under 150. This one to have a start time here. 9 Eastern Time, ESPN2. Or Ramon, let's go over at TonySpix.com. We put up some great numbers here in the NHL. But overall, been fantastic. 1,400 units of profit overall last year. 1,245 units the last 30 days. 387 units the last 7 days. Showing profit here yesterday. And, of course, a great profit here for 2022 in most of the major sports. So when you look at Ramon's handicapper page, when you land there, you'll see it defaults to 2022. And you can just see how well Ramon has performed for 2022 here as we close out the new year. NHL, we put up the numbers. NBA over nearly 2,000 units of profit, nearly 1,200 units of profit here at college football. Had a great summer league and NFL, 678 units of profit. MMA has been great. Had great performance in the NCAA baseball regional CFL. So you can see the great performance here from Ramon here for 2022. All right, Ramon, we've got a lot of NHL tonight. We got college basketball as well as a few from the NBA. What do you have going over at Tony Spix?
Love seeing those NHL numbers. You wonder if Ramon knows what he's doing. He's got nothing right now in the NHL. Now, I am involved with the morning's team. We got a 3-pack up on the site right now in hockey tonight. So that's kind of where my best plays, I think, are kind of lying at this point. But in the college ranks, Tony, that's where I see it right there on top of the screen. Those are two packs of games, a 5-pack and a 3-pack, 8 games total. Just want to make it if anybody wants to get involved with a smaller or a bigger package tonight of those games. That's the way I've packaged them. Well, the 3-pack $30, a 5-pack $35, or pick them up. Maybe you prefer to get the 3-day all sports pass. That way you can get 2 more days on. That's running you $65 if you get those 2 packages, but just for $34 more, you can get on board with my 3-day sports pass, catch all my plays. But tonight in the NBA, Tony, you don't have anything going on the premium. I'm really just focused on the college ball tonight. Well, I am focusing on trying to get something together in NHL, see if I can uncover one more premium. But you're seeing it right there, Tony. It's going to be 8 plays tonight in college basketball. 4-1-1 last night on the college hardwood. I'm looking to make my move right now. Start to take advantage of these boards in college hoop right now when I can focus in on them. Overwhelming football, basketball overlap, and everything. We're finally settling in to the college season. Got many of those tournaments out of the way, and going to start getting down to some of the regularly scheduled stuff you see, like these challenges. And once we get into league play, so focused in tonight. 5-pack there for $35. 3-pack for $30. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20%. Make sure you do that. I don't mind. Just buy these picks for tonight. I feel like the hoop is the way to go for me tonight on this card, Tony.
That's right, guys. Got a board here with Ramon Scott over at Tony. I love the way he does his write-up. See, we can fit 4 of his packages perfectly on the screen. He knows what he's doing. Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks.
Somebody thinks so.
Ramon's got his college basketball 5-pack up there right now. Thursday college basketball 3-pack as well. As Ramon mentioned, instead of buying all these plays individually, why don't you go ahead and try them out here for a 3-pack right now. Got on board with Ramon Scott. 3-pack here, $99 for only price. Remember, when you use that promo code, it knocks $20 off. All right, so it's a really good value there at $79 after the discount on the promo code. Get all of Ramon's plays for 3 days. He's in action here, as you know, with the sports. Could be college basketball, could be NHL, could be NBA. We have, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the NFL is in play also here for the Thursday night game. So that 3-day pass is a good value there if he's in action in World Cup as well. And don't forget, when you get the longer term pass, the packages in yellow, they're not profit guaranteed, but what they do include are the late Steam plays. So if Ramon happens to see anything late, and he enters in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, that pick is emailed to you directly. We don't email all the picks. We don't want to spam you. We don't want to hound you with these emails, but the late Steam will be emailed directly to your email box on plays that Ramon puts into the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. So look for those. That's a feature that's part of the long-term passes. They are sold on the pick ticker, but again, you're not going to be on the site hitting the pick ticker up there every 5 minutes. We'll notify you via email when you sign up for that 3-day pass when Ramon has a late Steam, and that pick will be in the email. You won't have to go to the site and actually log in. That pick will be in the email. So we'll save you some time. Get the play there. You will have a 5-minute period over everyone else before it's sold on the pick ticker, by the way, as well, with that when you sign up for that long-term pass, and that 3-day pass fits into that late Steam plays for you. So be sure to sign up and use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. Right, Ramon? We also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's with Ramon. Of course, that morning Steam continues here with you and Mindy here, as you guys are on the air Saturday through Thursday on our channel.
Yeah, like I said, we got 3-pack together in the hockey tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't forget, you can get all of our premium consensus selections that we come to an agreement to on that we repackage them up there. You don't have to go back and watch the show if you don't have time or don't want to scroll bar through to find the pick or anything. You can pick up the plays over at Tony'sPicks.com, and I am involved tonight on social media with my pick over at Tony's Picks Ramon on Twitter, and that play is coming to you out west between Northridge and Boise. Tonight, go over to Tony's Picks Ramon for another free winner. My play with Cal State Northridge and Boise State. Follow all the handicappers on Twitter if you want more free picks, or just come by our show. Appreciate that too, Tony. Lots of picks today on the show. We're giving out pretty much 2 a game today on the morning team. That's what we do here at Tony'sPicks.com. We give out lots of free picks, try to show you how we handicap and how we do things, and hopefully get you to take advantage of our best plays over at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Check out Ramon over at Tony's Picks Ramon to get his Twitter pick, and check out Morning's team. And England got another one. It's 3-0 England over Wales.
Oh.
So they are pounding Wales. They will win the group, no doubt about that. All right, guys. So check out Ramon there at Tony's Ramon, and of course the Morning's team. Again, Saturdays through Thursday, 9 a.m. each time on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when they're live, you're live with them to get the best numbers when they give out the picks on the show. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up with that great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Tony.